I'm heading inland from the delights of Palermo to the mountainous Sicilian interior and the gorgeous town of Gangi. Only a few hours' drive from the capital, this remote region is breathtakingly beautiful. You'll see wide-open vistas of bountiful fields, dramatic rocky outcrops and picturesque villages like this one that cling impossibly to the hillsides.
When people come to Sicily, they tend to stick to the coast, and it's a great shame that these parts are as yet relatively undiscovered. They really repay a little bit of time and energy because they're so unspoilt. It's absolutely stunning.
There are any number of beautiful villages nestled here in the mountains, but there's one place I had to see. As you approach it, the hilltop town of Gangi literally cascades down the hillside. It's a sight to behold. But this town is more than meets the eye. Here, one innovative mayor has orchestrated the complete transformation of Gangi's fortunes.
Signor Sindaco, sono Alex Poizzi, piacere.
Giuseppe Ferrarello, benvenuto.
Grazie, sono molto felice di essere qui.
Anche noi di ospitarvi.
E di vedere questi tetti incredibili di Gangi.
Today, Gangi is on the tourist trail, but that's not always been the case.
When he first arrived as mayor, people had left and abandoned their historic homes and were moving down the hill. So he decided to restore the centre to as it was before, and slowly but surely recreating the atmosphere that it once was here and making it a kind of perfect jewel.
In the 8 years he has been in office, Mayor Ferrarello and his team have worked tirelessly to repopulate the historic centre. New museums, art galleries and a busy calendar of festivals among many initiatives to bring the town back to life. Of all Mayor Ferrarello's plans, the most impressive is also the most radical.
Praticamente noi, avendo il problema di molte case nel centro storico abbandonate, abbiamo avuto quest'idea pazza. Prima ci prendevano per folli, praticamente.
Not surprising. On paper, his scheme sounds like complete madness.
They realised that they had 500 empty houses, so he sent out the word that there were houses to be had here for nothing.
The only catch is that the new owner has to sign an agreement to spend around €35,000 refurbishing it within 5 years.
So far, they have 50 houses that have been rebuilt and 2,000 requests for houses currently on the books. He doesn't want people just to buy them as an investment. He wants this to be a living village. And so it's very important to him that people have some kind of connection with the place, that they're going to keep coming back, and that they fall as in love with Gangi as he is.
And many have. Over 100 people from around the world have bought into the scheme, lured by the charm and relaxed rhythms of Gangi. And I think the mayor may be trying to lure another. There's one property he seems very keen to show me.
C'è un po' di lavoro a fare.
Sì, c'è un po' di lavoro a fare, ma ne vale sicuramente la pena, no?
Absolutely lovely, isn't it? It's got enormous charm and obviously huge possibilities. Posso immaginarmi in questa casa qui, Casa Poizzi?
Sì, ti puoi immaginare, te la regaliamo con grande piacere.
Dai.
This novel approach to revival has allowed the local economy to flourish, providing employment and energizing tourism here. It's a truly remarkable turnaround.
Immagino, andiamo diretti. Questo è uno dei nuovi?
Sì.
Si vede la differenza.
Sì.
E questo è il lavoro di cui parlavo.
Questo è il lavoro di cui parlavo, che è stata ristrutturata, tolto il cemento, fatta a pietra.
Questo è il muro com'era?
Sì, brava, sì.
E questo è come rifatto.
Non c'è dubbio assolutamente.
This is literally the before and after in front of our eyes. The house before it was restructured with this horrible cement, and the house after it, where you have all the stone exposed as it once was. rather more beautiful, isn't it? Perché hanno fatto questo lavoro?
Perché negli anni 70-80...
sì, avevano un gusto pessimo.
Un gusto pessimo, sì. Barbari, penso.
Barbaro. So, tutto questo ha avuto che risultato?
Ha avuto risultati enormi. Il maggiore naturalmente è che oramai viene tanta gente a trovarci, ma abbiamo ricevuto tantissimi riconoscimenti a livello nazionale e internazionale. Nel 2014 siamo diventati il borgo più bello tra i borghi più belli d'Italia. Tutta una serie di...
I mean, this is a very energetic man. What can I tell you? He has not let the grass grow under his feet. The list of what he's managed to achieve in 8 years is phenomenal. And frankly, I feel very lazy compared to him.
There's one final accomplishment of this inspirational mayor that I simply have to see before leaving Gangi. He has reopened the crypt of the town's main church to the public. But this isn't any old crypt.
So this is the crypt of the mummified monks. There's about 100 monks in here. I mean, these are real skeletons. This is the only place outside ancient Egypt, I believe, that had this habit of mummifying people. It's very, very odd.
The bond between the living and the dead is particularly strong here in Sicily. Mummification rites were practiced on the island until the late 19th century. The aim was to keep them looking more or less alive for as long as possible.
The technique, apparently, was exactly that was used in Egypt. Organs taken out, embalmed, wrapped in bandages. The head was taken off, separated from the body, and put on a spike. And then a kind of wax was put over the skin of the face. Gosh. He's fairly well preserved, relatively speaking.
These desiccated dead provide scientists with a fresh insight into life and death in Sicily from the late 1600s.
It's actually an incredible resource because it allows us to find out what kind of illnesses existed then and what genetic traits were.
Framed information gives some clue to the stories of these mysterious monks.
This is one from 1870.
The mummification of corpses was seen as a way to preserve status and dignity even in death. Although looking at the creepy cadavers on display today, I'm not sure how dignified it is.
I suppose it's something that's so unusual that one has to view it dispassionately. Just their attitudes in death are deeply, deeply disturbing. None of us like to face death, but I think I prefer the idea of someone being safely put in the ground. Most weird thing I've ever seen.
Disturbing it may be, but this crypt is morbidly fascinating too. It's an example of the rich tapestry of history and culture on offer here in northern Sicily. And more treasures await on the east coast. Travelling across the north of this island, it's impossible not to feel the depth of its history. It's all around you. But there's one iconic piece of Sicily's past that's missing from its vast landscape. I've come to a farm with a